Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today, I want to talk about something personal, something that I haven't really shared before, my irrational phobia. My irrational phobia ever since I turned 14 has been the fear of being left alone, ghosted, or just forgotten by the people I love and care about the most, especially in the moments I need them most. And I don't mean being alone in a room or being the last one to leave a party. I'm talking about emotional abandonment. That feeling when someone I love and care about disappears without a word, and I'm just left there, trying to figure out what I did wrong, or what could have caused them to pull away. It's like an unspoken silence that fills up the space, and it's the worst feeling in the world, not knowing why, or if you mattered enough to be noticed. The scariest part is not even understanding the why. It's the loneliness that follows. That weight sitting on your chest when you feel invisible and like you don't even matter anymore. To understand how I got here, I think we need to go back a little, to my childhood. I used to get bullied as a kid, and yeah, it sucked. It would ruin my day sometimes. I remember the feeling of dread every time I stepped into school, wondering who would target me next, who would laugh at me, or who would exclude me from a group. It made me self-conscious and wary of others. But honestly, I never really let it eat me alive. I stayed bubbly, talkative, that loud, interactive, slightly annoying kid, full of energy. Even though I was hurt inside, I didn't want to show it. I had this image of being the fun, loud one who kept the atmosphere lighthearted. And I had people. I had friends I could talk to. We would run around, play and joke, and those moments made me feel less alone in this world. Family who made me feel safe. My mom and dad were around. They made sure to check in with me, and even when things were hard, I always felt loved at home. Life wasn't perfect, but I never felt alone. Not truly. Sure, there were ups and downs, but the support around me made me feel like I could face anything. This phobia wasn't even a thing back then. I didn't even know what it felt like to truly be abandoned or isolated, because I felt seen. I felt loved. I felt like I mattered. I guess, in a way, I took that feeling of being loved for granted. I had a safety net, and I didn't fully realize it until it started to disappear. But then, COVID hit, schools shut down, days blurred into nights, and I was stuck at home, just like everyone else. It wasn't just the virus itself that changed things, it was the isolation, the uncertainty. People started distancing themselves physically and emotionally. You could feel the shift, even when you tried to distract yourself with other things. And that's when things started to shift for me. I had all this free time. I was no longer going to school or hanging out with friends. So, naturally, I fell into gaming. Talking to people online became my escape. Discord calls, late-night games, memes, chaos, the usual. At first, it was great. I made new friends, laughed like crazy. There was this sense of connection in the chaos of the world, and I needed that to feel normal again. But slowly, I started noticing something. People disappeared. One day, someone would be texting me non-stop. We would talk about everything, anything. The next, nothing. Left undelivered, or seen, or unfriended. Just gone, like they never existed in my life. It's not like I did anything wrong, at least I didn't think I did. But when it happened again and again, it left me questioning everything. What had changed? Was it me? Was I too much, too little? Maybe they just got bored. Maybe I wasn't as fun as I thought. Or maybe they found someone else to talk to. Someone who wasn't strange or overshared. I couldn't shake the feeling of abandonment. It was this underlying dread that no matter how many new people I met, they too would eventually disappear. And I know people come and go. That's life, right? But it didn't feel like just life to me. It felt personal. Every time someone left, I wondered if it was my fault. Did I say too much? Was I too clingy? Did I overshare? Maybe I made them uncomfortable. Maybe I was the weird one, the one who couldn't keep friendships alive. It started a cycle. The more it happened, the more I questioned myself. I'd replay conversations in my head, looking for where I messed up. Did I say the wrong thing? Was there a joke that didn't land? Maybe I wasn't interesting enough. Maybe I was too much for them, too loud, too emotional, too needy. The bubbly kid in me, he started to shrink. I began expecting people to leave, even if they said they cared, even if they promised they wouldn't. It didn't matter. I couldn't shake the feeling that people would just vanish. And with each departure, it got harder to trust. Not just others, but myself. The doubt creeped in, making it harder to believe in the connections I had. Now, even when nothing's wrong, even when I know people are just busy, my brain still panics. It whispers things like, what if they're done with me? What if I'm just a phase they've outgrown? What if I never mattered to them in the first place? It's loud, it's irrational, but it feels so real. It's not something you can turn off. You try to keep your head clear, remind yourself that they're just busy, but the thoughts invade anyway. And I hate it, because it makes me doubt people I care about. It makes me question my friendships, my relationships, and the people I'm closest to. It makes me overthink texts, silences, delays in replies. I find myself checking my phone constantly, wondering why I haven't received a message, or if I should message them first to see if they still care. It feels like you're walking on eggshells, always wondering if you'll be the one left behind again. Some nights, some mornings, some days. It got really bad. I'll wake up in the middle of the night, hoping for a text message, something to make me feel like I'm not alone. I'd come from school or college hoping someone reached out, asked me how my day was, or even just said, hey. The little things that show you someone cares, but nothing. I would go out for dinner plans with family, but that was unenjoyable because I was tense, left wondering if it was my fault. Why hadn't they texted me back? Why was it so hard to get a message, a call, or even a small sign that things were still okay? No sounds, no messages, no comfort, nothing. And in that silence, my thoughts spiral. I feel like everyone's gone, like I'm the last one left on Earth, like I somehow missed the memo and got left behind. Even if it's just a day or two without contact, it feels like a lifetime. And it doesn't matter how many people told me they love me, even if it's the people closest to me. I hear it, but I don't always believe it. In that moment, my brain doesn't believe any of it. So I scroll. I reread old texts. I cling to tiny scraps of proof that someone at some point cared. I look at past conversations, trying to find some comfort in those words. The ones that felt real, that felt like promises that things would be okay. But all I feel is emptiness. That's why I say this is my phobia. Not spiders, not clowns, not dark alleys, but silence, ghosting, emotional vanishing, that gut punch feeling of being forgotten, of being nothing more than a memory someone didn't bother keeping. It might sound dramatic, maybe it even is, but it's real, and it affects how I trust, how I love, how I connect. I've pushed people away just because I feared they were about to leave. I've ruined good things because of the fear of losing them first. And sometimes I wonder if I'm sabotaging myself before anyone else gets the chance to. So why am I sharing this? Because I know I'm not the only one. Someone watching this might be feeling the exact same way. And maybe, just maybe, if I speak up about it, someone else out there will feel less alone. Because this fear, it doesn't just go away. It's something I have to face daily. But knowing that I'm not alone in feeling this way helps. I think that's the most important thing I can tell you right now. If you've ever felt this way, if you've ever been scared of being left behind or forgotten, you're not alone. This fear doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you too much. It's just a feeling, and it's okay to feel it, but you're still worthy, even in your loneliness, even in your fears. I hope you know that. Anyway, I just wanted to open up today. Thanks for listening. If you've ever felt this way, or if you're dealing with something similar, just know you're not alone. I got your back. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay safe and take care of yourselves.